Gurus. My name is Tommy Watkins, your instructor, here for a new go live together here on Fingerprinting Gurus. Before we get, before I announce our uh, person for this week, I'd like for everyone to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this content that will not only help assist you as an entrepreneur, your ink card fingerprinting business, but your mobile ink card fingerprinting business as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this week I'd like to introduce Tammy Stevens of of Notary, Fingerprinting, and more, located in Charleston, South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, Tammy Stevens.
Hi, Tommy.
Miss Stevens,
Yeah,
how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Tommy?
I'm doing great. Thank you for accepting the invitation to come on to Fingerprinting Gurus.
Thank you for having me. I'm very, very glad that you asked.
Thank you. Um, I'm glad that you accepted the invitation. The reason why I selected you for, of course, South Carolina, I see that you were really highly decorated in the area. You have 5 stars on Google. You have 100 and I say approximately 72 um, Google reviews going strong there in the area, and you're doing such huge things there in that community. And I brought you on, and I wanted you to share um, about how did you get into the business of mobile notary ink fingerprint.
How I got into fingerprinting was by notary work, being a loan signing agent. My first desire was to be a loan signing agent and doing general notary work. And as I grew in my business, I wanted to add different services. And I learned about the fingerprinting business. Actually, mobile ink fingerprinting is how I started, and that's how I began through general notary work and loan
Oh,
signing.
okay, awesome. So when you say notary work brought you into the business, what did you decide to gravitate towards? I guess fingerprinting. Is it something in your background that brought you in, or was it a need in your community? Please explain that.
Okay, sure. So in my career, I had a 19-year career as a director, manager, project manager with a company, and we did a lot of hiring, having to find background checks for new talent. My company and my department would often have to go to different states and hire companies to do the background checks. Now, on several different occasions, we would hire small companies to do fingerprinting. However, I never thought about me doing fingerprinting. I've always just done it for the company and as it being a tool for us to get new candidates and applicants through
Right.
the door and hired for us. However, I happened to move to Charleston, South Carolina, and I assumed a new position and I needed a background check.
Okay.
I got to this town and I couldn't find anybody to do a background check. The only people that were doing background check was Identigo, and that was for the state of South Carolina. I did go through Identigo, however, it brought back to me I remembered how hard it was to find someone. Like there was nobody doing it in this city. So after the pandemic, um, I started a business. I always wanted to start a business, and I just took a stab at doing the fingerprinting because I remember doing it. And I'm telling you, since then, it's been um, a lot of success with it. And I find that I have a passion for it. I
Great.
really enjoy doing it. And I don't think it's going to be something I'm going to ever be tired of or get bored with.
Right. See, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Stevens here, she was in need of a fingerprinting services at the time there in her area, and and there wasn't any services around. And guess what? Miss Stevens stepped up in her community, and she also came in and provided that service. And I guess 172 Google reviews, and going strong. She is the prime leader there in her community there in Charleston, South Carolina. She brings a lot to the mobile ink fingerprinting business, and it's just truly, she is just a true gem to this, and for um, aspiring females that's wanting to come into this space and learn more about the business. So, Ms. Stevens, advise me of any, I guess, qualifications for the Charleston, South Carolina area for mobile ink fingerprinting, if any, that anyone interested in coming into the space, what would they need to undergo?
Well, Tommy, if you are in the fingerprinting business, you pretty much know and understand the criteria that California has for their fingerprinting technicians and their live scan technicians. However, South Carolina is nothing like that right now. I
Okay.
don't believe that they have any set
Okay.
regulations, sorry. And what I did though is I visited the DOJ here in our city,
Okay.
and visited a few different police stations in the different counties. I let them know who I was, and I asked about the criteria. No one seemed to have had any information at all.
Right.
So it was untapped market here in Charleston and the surrounding areas. So I have gotten with my local SBA and my coach, and I actually done some research. There's nothing here. However, I did go through some extensive training, research to see what it is I needed to be a licensed fingerprint technician here in my city.
Okay, great. So after I say 172 reviews and going strong, have there been any um, push for more, I guess, mobile fingerprint technicians in your area that you know of, since you have planted your feet there in the community?
So just to clarify the question, are you asking me, are there other people doing this or asking to do this?
Or are doing it, doing the fingerprinting business within your community now?
Well, not that I'm aware of. I do not know of anyone. I know that I always do research to see who is in my area or my market
Correct.
trying to do that. However, I've seen that there are some people in close cities near us, like there's a Columbia, South Carolina,
Okay.
Greenville, South Carolina. There are fingerprinting technicians in those towns.
O-
But I'm thinking within I don't know, let's say 40 or 50-mile radius of me, there
Okay.
is an that I'm aware of. Maybe
Okay.
by time this video goes out and someone sees it, they'll reach out to me. And if
Right.
so, that'd be great. Then I would love to network with you and get to know you.
Awesome. Is Charleston the state capital for South Carolina, or which
No, it's Columbia, South Carolina.
is
That
Columbia,
is the
South
capital.
Carolina? Okay. See,
Yes.
glad you said I need to know my geography and stuff like
But
that. But
that's
thank you.
okay. Everyone learns. And that's
And
about an hour, 45 minutes from me
hour
from
45 minutes. Okay, great. Also, what are your fees like, starting fees for mobile ink fingerprinting services there in your area?
Okay, so that varies. I really don't want to say what my fees are. If you are
Well,
interested, you can go onto my website.
you can provide a range. You don't have to actually provide your
The
fees.
Yeah, the range is pretty much like between $35 and $50
Okay. And
for a fingerprinting service.
okay, any travel fees attached to that? Okay.
A-
And and
Absolutely.
and
So
typically
my
your
travel
travel.
fees is separate from my service fees,
Okay.
and I just combine that price together.
Okay.
Yeah, and the additional cards that would be needed from the service that I do provide on the website. Yes.
Okay.
So I did.
Awesome. So what is I say that the funniest moment for is being in ink fingerprinting? Do you have any funny moments
Oh,
regarding any moments in
sure,
fingerprinting?
sure.
Can you
Well,
share that with me?
I come across, I would say, multiple clients a day. Sometimes clients have to bring their kids to their appointment. I have a very small office. It's not
Okay.
very accommodating for very many people at one
Right.
time.
Right.
So I did have a client that had 2 children, toddlers at that, if you may. Um, one toddler wanted her mother to hold her the whole time. Now,
Uh-huh.
with fingerprinting, you have to have your hands need to be available.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the child did not want to be left on the floor, on a chair. He didn't want me to hold him. He
Right.
wanted his mom. So, I mean, I thought it was pretty hilarious afterwards. I think it was pretty frustrating to the mother, but we had to work our way around the baby to do the fingerprintings and actually doing ink rolling
Oh
with a
wow.
baby that is squirming was
Right.
very challenging. It was very, very challenging.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that you had said that, now have you changed your policies any when it comes to, I guess, individuals booking appointments now, for as the do's and don'ts, for as which is the expectations for appointments?
Well, I I have not put in my policies no children. However, what I have done is I've provided a waiting room, a waiting area where
Splendid.
they can have someone to watch the child for
Okay,
them.
that's the way to be
But
family
I still
friendly,
want them to come.
forward
Yeah,
thinking. Okay, I love it.
yeah,
You right in it. I like that. Um,
yeah.
what advice would you give an individual that's looking to perhaps get into the mobile ink fingerprinting business?
I would say do your research first before investing in any equipment or anything. Know your market, know your area, and set yourself up for success as far as networking with other people who have been in this business, knowing what the pros and cons are. That's with any business. And just be sure this is something that you would want to do.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, mobile ink fingerprinting or mobile ink fingerprinting in general, you have to want to do this. And it's not some get rich quick scheme, but it is a profession and a skill that can reap you benefits if you can continue to service uh, your customer base. And if you do well with them, they will become reoccurring customers that will fuel you throughout the lifetime of your business if you do that right. So it all depends on you as the business owner uh, to do uh, your job correctly in order to keep those individuals coming. Ms. Stevens,
Yeah.
for as how would what is the learning curve for individuals coming into this space for as mobile ink fingerprinting or ink fingerprinting in general?
Ever recurring. I'm learning, I'm still learning every day.
Right,
There's a lot of things to learn, but the basics, you can start with the basics, but commit yourself to learn more in-depth information about this business as far as state requirements, um, how to better serve your customers, um, pricing, the regulations with the FBI.
hmm,
Um, by you rolling fingerprints and giving and providing service for the fingerprints, those fingerprints are going to other states. Learn outside of your state how they handle fingerprints, how they process fingerprint cards and things like that. So, like I said, it's ever recurring, ever learning. You
Exactly.
have you are providing fingerprints for different disciplines, doctors, nurses, lawyers, immigration. So all those different um, aspects have different criterias and they use those cards for different reasons. So
Exactly.
just keep learning.
So it's funny that you said regarding to the different occupations that you service. What
Yeah.
occupation that you service the most there in your business?
I would say my clientele, travel nurses.
Okay. And typically,
Yeah.
how many cars on average do you get out of travel nurses that come there to see you to be fingerprinted?
Like a month. How many do I see?
Well, how many cars do you get out of? I say at least one. I guess nursing professional that comes
Oh,
into the office.
okay. So it depends on if they're if they're like applying for a single state or if that state is a compact state.
Hmm.
Um, like so I service two cards per service. So
Okay.
I would say like three sets at the most.
Okay.
I've done for a doctor, I've done like 13 sets before
Okay.
because he was applying in 13 different states
Oh wow.
all at
So what was the actual for? Is you doing that many cars? Did you do that by yourself, or was it help with that process? Explain that.
I okay, so I did it by myself and I did partial live scan and partial ink.
Oh
Some
wow.
states, yeah, some states require ink and some states you can do a live scan and so you can just print those. You can roll them once and print them reoccurring.
Okay. So for as revenue, what was your highest grossing day for as ink fingerprinting, live scan, whichever you want to give data for.
Well, I've done a couple different groups. Um, I did a I did a couple times with a construction company. I
Okay.
made $1,600 from one session
Right.
before.
Wonderful.
I've actually made more than that before, but
Eh,
I mean, the
Let's
possibilities is endless, you
yes.
know?
Let's give the viewer and audience a snapshot. How long did it take you to make approximately $1,600 with what you're doing?
I did that in 5 hours.
5 hours. Not
Right.
bad. That's way more than what the average American makes in a day. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, with a skill set such as myself, fingerprinting gurus and notary, fingerprinting and more, you can be rewarded handsomely just for uh, providing a great service to individuals out here in the general public. You know, you not only service the general public, but you servicing nurses, doctors, real estate attorneys. The list goes on and on. I've seen them all the way within the funeral business that come in and do
Yes, mortician,
fingerprinting. Exactly. So, have you had
priest.
the opportunity to work with?
I've, fi I fingerprinted, a
People.
priest before. That was
Okay.
surprising. Anyone you know what? It's almost anyone that works with the public, um, childcare, very important. I believe that fingerprinting is the type of background check that they really, really depend on because it is unique to each person.
Right.
Like we know, fingerprints are unique. Not two people do not have the same, not even twins.
Exactly.
But multiple people can have the same first, last, and middle name.
Right.
So it would be hard to determine who is who
Right.
with a name base. But fingerprinting, you can't go wrong.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, fingerprint technicians are the gateway to these professionals for receiving their credentials, license, anything of that nature. We are the gateway to assisting them. So we play a very pivotal role within uh, uh, these professionals getting their uh, license and certifications. Um,
Certification, absolutely, their credential.
right. So I would also like to say, it left my train of thought. You can help me out some.
Sure.
What you would like to share?
Sure. I mean, if I had to do it all again, I don't think I would change a thing. Um, as far as making the decision to be a fingerprinting technician, and I still provide notary work and I still do loan signings.
Uh-huh.
However, the demand for fingerprinting has taken over for me in
Right.
my city.
Right.
I think it better because you get a faster return. I believe that I am actually helping the community with upstanding, experienced professionals
Right.
to help the public because everybody that comes to us is helping the public in one way or another
Exactly.
in their discipline. And
So
I meet professionals on a daily basis. I I network, so networking as I'm working, it's just amazing. It's amazing. It can open up a lot of other doors. A lot of other businesses have come my way just by doing fingerprinting.
okay. Is there any other services that you provide outside, I guess, the ink fingerprinting space?
Of course, like probably repeating myself, I do loan signings. I do general notary work. I've done very interesting. I've done what they call, what is that like? I worked with the bank as far as lock boxes,
Okay.
watching them open up lock boxes at the bank. I've done
Okay.
that twice. I've
Okay.
gotten that through general notary work. That
Okay.
was very interesting. And I did that. Uh, I did 3 hours at like 475.
Okay. Awesome.
That was
Splendid.
great.
You
And I'm
you just
trying to get more of that work.
you just are
That's
all
like what
around.
profession talks about.
Right. You just an all around professional. You got irons in the fire everywhere that consistently just make you income week in and week out.
Yes, I do my best. I do my best. And I do that because I have a desire. Like I said, I had a profession for 19 years with corporate America. Corporate America gives you just what you work for, but they don't give you anything else. So I find a lot more satisfaction owning my own business and growing um, my own business. It's just more satisfying.
It
And I
is.
don't want to punch a clock. I'm tired of punching a clock. I've always had a dream of owning my own business, and this has awarded me the possibility to do so.
Right. Splendid. So if that was me, I was intrigued about the naming of your business, Motory Notary. It rhymes. How did you arrive at that name?
I tell everybody this, and it's not even like a cliche. I was actually sleeping, and I had a dream, and it came to me, motory, notary, fingerprinting, and more. And I jumped up in the middle of the night, and I wrote it on a notepad. I went back to sleep, and I got up and I registered that business that next day in June of 2021.
Right. I just love your marketing material. I guess from TikTok to just
Thank
your
you.
office in general is everything is just professional about Tammy Stevens and that's no shock why you have 172 and counting reviews there in the area because You are truly a consummate professional. Uh, I believe all the females that I had here on this platform are really just banging it out. You guys, you females are on top of it. And it's just good for the men to see that, and you pretty much they have something to eyeball as they build uh, their businesses as well.
Thank you. And it's just, I work hard at it by the grace of God. And
You make
I
it look
just,
easy.
it's not easy. You know that. You have a wonderful, viable business yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
I look at a lot of other mentors. I go to a lot of mentors. I network, and you just try things
Okay.
and you
So
find what fits you in your business.
I'm glad you said for as mentors, for as individuals out there that are looking to get into this space, tell them how important
Oh,
it is to have a mentor to get coach them through this process.
very, very this way. You don't know where you know. Your knowledge is only so far unless you want to stay at your level. But if you want to go to the next level, you have to find somebody who's at that level and get with them. Invest in yourself. Can't say that enough. We should, and I'm not either done ever paying enough money to better myself and my business and investing in myself. Your business is only going to reflect what you put into it.
Exactly.
You're only going to get out what you put into it. So,
I'm glad you had spoke more for us investing in yourself. Advise others about how far free content can get you in starting a business.
okay. So, what I want to say about that is, you guys, we live in the best possible time ever. I don't believe 20 years ago that most business owners had the opportunity that we have. Free content is all around us. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Use it to the best of your ability. Post everything. Post about your business. Don't be embarrassed. Even if it's something that you don't believe is good to you, it may be great to someone else. But also, content, once you put it out there, sits out there and advertise for you for years to come. Use it the best of your ability. Use your Google business page. If you're using, what's that? What is that?
So, Facebook, YouTube.
No, the TikTok, the Thumbtack,
Okay,
Thumbtack,
thumbtack. Okay,
Thumbtack, Yelp, anything that you can use to get yourself, your business out there, that you can put your phone number out there and people can personally get in touch with you. Use that the best of your ability.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, also, um, regardless if anyone likes what you post or not, post what you're doing. Uh, I don't care if you get one like or zero likes. Continue to post. Continue to show up because your
Yeah.
audience is always looking for you to show up. They may not like
So
it, but they are looking. Trust me, they are looking
they
in the
are
bushes
looking.
at an opportunity to possibly network with you or to do other things with you in the future. So uh, don't
It's
don't stop at the
true.
moment's notice because someone is not liking your content. I just want to share that as well.
Commenting. Right. They don't have to comment to know
Right.
that you're doing a good job.
Exactly. Um,
There you go.
so I seen something interesting. I think that was on your TikTok page. I don't, it's you have like this double fingerprint device. Do you have that available? I would definitely.
I actually do. I have used that thing because, hold on.
I have one similar to that, but not like with the.
Yeah. So here I got it. Pull it out. So I use this block because I bought one from Amazon and it only had one holder.
Okay.
Remember when I told you I did a session for a construction company? I did
Right.
multiple people. So I had like 50 people and I was by myself. And the next time I said that I was going to try to do a little faster. So
Okay.
this is the block.
Oh
I
wow.
don't know if you guys can see. So
And
usually
and
the blocks come individually like this. It has an
okay.
ink pad and a holder. So it's just
And it
one.
folds.
So, huh?
Oh wow. I said, and it folds. Uh,
Yes. So this
so,
phone so that I can use it for my mobile bag as well. And
okay.
so what I did, because we service them with two cards, I made a double block.
Oh wow.
So therefore, when I am fingerprinting a
I
person,
noticed.
I can do
I
two
noticed.
cards at once.
I noticed you say you made it.
My fiance made it for me.
Okay. So
It was
are you making it for like the for the masses? I would like to get one.
we're not actually making them for the masses. I don't think we can keep up with that demand. However, I am putting together a small ebook that can show you how to put this together.
Okay. I'm
It
definitely gonna get
helps you
that
to be
ebook.
more productive,
Okay. Um, do you have
shorter
that
amount of
ebook
time.
available? Do you have the ebook available for
It
that
will be
particular
soon.
product?
It will be soon on the the motorynotary.com website.
Okay. Definitely keep us posted on that. If once you get it posted, I would like to provide a link down below this video once it get posted. I'd like to post that for you.
Thank
That,
you. That'd be great.
that, that's a big deal. I know that I wanted something like that because of the time issues and stuff like I can do things a lot faster when I'm out there in the field, basically.
Yeah, you can print, and be done.
Exactly. You know the routine, yeah. So
Yeah.
so far as fingerprinting, do you have like any of the back pressures that come with that? I guess if you're not, I guess standing upright, or have you ever had any just humped over?
Well, like I said, that one session I did for 5 hours, I'm gonna tell you, by the end of the 5 hours, I was pooped. I was pooped. I was tired as heck. It kind of weighs on you. Okay, so the way that I do it, one of those stand-up desks. I have like a portable stand-up desk, and so I elevate that upward so I can stand up. To take into account, I the slumping over really gets to you. So I
Okay.
use a stand-up. How can I describe it? It's one of those pull-up tables. You can
Oh,
break it down
oh,
and you can pull it up.
okay. I think I seen with the hydraulics. On the hydro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I know.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
And I use that and I take that mobily to my appointments, put it on whatever table they provide. And that way it helps if I have short customers or tall customers.
There you go.
Help me to be able to stand up straight so it's not so bad on my back
Right.
fingerprinting all
I
of
think that has
those
a lot to do with
information.
ergonomics, something like that. I think that's the word. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
let's see. I also wanted to touch on um, for as individuals that's wanting to come into the space. If are you doing any type of mentorship or training or anything of that nature there in the Charleston, South Carolina area?
I I have spoken to quite a few people. However, I do not have a mentorship program. And the demand is getting to the point where I think maybe I need to actually think about creating a mentoring program
Right.
so that I can help because I want to help as many people as possible. And the reward of this profession is great and it could be very beneficial to many people's communities.
Correct.
So, yeah, that's something
Oh,
that I desire in the near future.
I feel you. I feel you on that. Excellent. You have any closing comments as we wrap this session up of all things fingerprinting, South Carolina?
Yes, I want to thank you, Tommy. I've looked at your business and you have wonderful things going on right there in Alabama. Tommy is a wealth of information, everybody. He's a great person that if you were to, sorry, Tommy, I'm going to put you out
Uh,
there. If you
that's
were
fine.
to seek a mentor, this gentleman would be the perfect person. And watch all his videos because it is so full of the right information. It will help you to make the decision on if this is something that you would want to do for the long haul or the short haul. And I
Right.
want to thank you, Tommy, for taking the time and asking me on your platform. I really appreciate it.
It's no problem at all. If anyone wants to get in contact with you, Mrs. Stevens, how shall they do that?
Well, I would like for you to go on to my website, motorynotary.com. You can fill out the contact page. Just enter your name and your address and possibly your phone number and write a message and let me know what it is you'd like help with, and I will get right back with you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Tammy Stevens has spoken. I would say that the last word, and I would like to say it has been an honor and a privilege to speak with everyone this week as all things ink fingerprinting and more for South Carolina. And I would like you guys to like, share, and subscribe to this content. Ladies and gentlemen, join us next week as we travel to Mississippi to speak with a aspiring business owner there in the mobile ink fingerprinting space. We look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, ma'am.